Hi guys, welcome to the Go Get Her podcast. It's your girl London Britt, and I'm here with my beautiful cousin
Hi guys.
Danielle. Danny, we call her all types of things. Danny on a beat. She's a makeup artist, super bomb out here in Mount Vernon.
Too. Not mine though. It's crazy, but hit me up.
Yeah, we're gonna put your information at the end too, because she's very good. Hold on, let me unlock it. But yes, guys, so today there is no topic. We're just gonna learn about the woman behind the brand, London Britt. So my beautiful cousin who knows me like the back of her hand is gonna ask me some questions. I don't know what she's asking, so this is gonna be very like I'm answering off the fly, authentic. She's gonna ask me some questions so you guys can learn a little bit more about me. So you wanna introduce yourself a little bit?
My name is Danielle. I go by Danny and many other things. Like London said, I'm her cousin, and I'm here to help y'all know who she is, or get to know who she is.
Get to know me. Y'all know I'm a rapper. I'm a trapper.
all that in between, underneath the sun, everything green.
Period. But now y'all know I'm silly, so don't mind me. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. So let's see what you got. Throw it at me, girl.
Are y'all ready?
Am I ready? Is the question.
She ain't ready. Not she ready. She real ready. Okay. So who or what is the inspiration behind Go Get Her?
Who or what is the inspiration
behind Go Get Her? Because we going to get her.
I guess I would have to say me, the inner child.
Okay.
The little Brittany. Because as you know, my real name is Brittany. It's not London. That's why I go by London Britt. Because I can't heal Brittany by leaving her behind and just going by London and just erasing Brittany. So that's why I go by London Britt now. But I would definitely say my inner child and like making sure she sees that everything that we went through is worth it. Okay. You know, and I'm trying to win for her. And I'm not just healing for me, I'm healing for her too.
And this isn't a question, but just to piggyback off that, what age would you say this is in a brick that you're working on?
5.
5?
5.
Okay, that's a young age. 5. Okay.
Yeah, 5 years old.
Okay, next question. Name change. Because I want to know this too, and I don't know this yet. So
I think I know what she's going to ask.
We all get to know together. So London now changed to London Britt.
Yes.
Right? How did the name change come about, and who is London Britt now?
That's a good one. Well, I'll start.
Her, y'all.
I'll start off with, like I said, my name is Brittany. Brittany Shamise Heflin. As a kid, I did not like that name. I was like, it's so common. Like, Brittany. I'm not a common type of person. Like, I feel like I'm so out there. I'm eclectic. Like, Brittany is like just.
It was too small for who you were.
Yeah. That's how I felt. Right. That's how I felt. And then people used to be like, oh, Brittany, like Britney Spears. And I feel like, no. No. But you know, obviously I just went by whatever. But high school, no, when I was 16, I went through depression. And then 17, I was kind of like figuring out who I was, the direction I kind of want my life to be in, trying to heal. What I thought was healing was not healing, and that's a whole nother
funny
subject.
What we think is healing don't be.
No. Not at all.
Not even a fraction of healing.
Not at all. But yeah, so I actually left school. I left Thornton because I was going to Thornton in Mount Vernon. I went to the Bronx and nobody knew me. So I said, well, I'm going to create a new name for myself.
Yes.
Because I feel like a new person and nobody knows that I'm Brittany.
What was the name of the school?
St. Barnabas.
Yes, St. Barnabas. I was going to say something crazy.
But I'm like, all right, I feel like a new person. I feel like I'm not that depressive, sad, like crying every night to bed girl. I'm a new me. Exactly. So I'm giving myself a new name and nobody knows me out here. So started going by London and I would introduce myself as that. Like,
and what a perfect way to start over and where no one knows you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I went there in 11th grade.
All right.
So yeah, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go by London and I'm just gonna tell people my name is London, and it just went from there. Like people just started calling me that. My Instagram, like everything is London. Everything says London. But now London Britt, like I said,
who is she now?
London Britt. she's that girl.
Okay, and before you go into that, I want to
Mhm.
ask you this one question so I don't forget.
Yes.
Because I might forget, guys. I'm like that. I'm really like that. So, what is the difference between London and London Britt? That was
Okay. You want me to answer that first?
No, you can answer the other question.
Okay.
First.
What's the difference between London and London Britt? Okay,
And who
cool.
was
Okay. So yes, London Britt is that girl, like I said, period.
her?
London Britt is learning how to take accountability. London Britt is not projecting her feelings onto people.
Okay.
London Britt is confident. London Britt is bold. She knows who she is.
Well, you've been bold, girl.
I've been bold, but sometimes we could put up facades and it might seem like we are, and deep down inside, we're really not.
Okay. Very true.
Yeah, so she's bold, she's unapologetic, she's a mom, she loves her kids, and she's healing for her kids as well as healing for herself. But she's just a powerful woman that knows that God put her on this earth for a reason, for a big reason. I know that I'm here to change lives. Like, I'm comfortable in that. Like, I know God wants me to share my testimony and things that I went through because he knows that it'll help other people. It'll inspire other people. And like I said in other episodes, I used to feel like, girl, who are you to like be up here talking to these people? But I know God wants me to do this for a reason.
Right. And when you're comfortable in what you're doing, it's like nothing can tell you, nothing that no one can tell you about what you're doing, what you're about to do, what you need to do. No, not at all.
Yeah. So now you said, what's the difference? I'm gonna be doing this quite a lot, guys. Sorry, guys. She's using my phone, but you know, we chilling. So you said, what's the difference between London and London Britt?
And yes, just go with that.
Okay.
If not, I'm gonna ask you another question.
Okay. London Britt is not forgetting about Brittany. London was trying to erase Brittany. London was trying to forget about Brittany.
And I love that you're being very honest about that, because someone could have said something totally different or just not, and I would have been like,
Yeah, no. I was definitely trying to erase everything Brittany went through and just a new total identity. But it's like, how can I say go get her and then leave her behind?
Exactly.
Her is Brittany.
No one left behind.
Can't leave her behind because she's still like crying in the corner thinking that nobody sees me.
Right.
So if I am like, yeah, girl, bye, you gone.
No one wants to see you.
She's forever gonna be like, wow, I was never enough, not even for you.
Right. That is so wow.
Not even for you. Right. So it's like,
and a lot of the times we don't think we're good for our own selves.
Yes.
And that part right there just be triggering, because it's other things around you, other people around you who you think might feel the same way or do things to make you feel the same way, and it's just like, self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Like,
and if you don't feel like you're enough, you're not. Nobody else is ever gonna make you feel like you're good enough either.
I'm just trying to get your face on there.
Okay. Yeah. But so London was definitely like trying to erase Brittany. London Britt is including Brittany a part of this journey.
Would you say erase Brittany or just dim her light a little bit and just tuck her into the shadow? Not like completely erase, but just throw the towel over her kind of thing.
Yeah. Because Brittany was very angry, insecure, blamed others, and didn't take accountability for how I could have been a part of the problem. And Brittany was very reckless. Very reckless, risking my life.
And you know, it's funny, as she's talking about these different parts of who she was, it's like, I remember that. I remember her when she was like that. I do.
Yeah, very reckless, didn't care, super, super bad, like, attitude. Like, I'm cool until I get attitude. It's a different person. You're like, wait, is that the same person?
She don't even got the glasses on. The glasses is coming off. Earrings might come out.
Yeah, like, so super just like angry and not knowing how to control my emotions. And not saying I'm perfect at that now, because I'm not, but I'm more aware of who I am. I have more emotional intelligence. So I know, okay, if I react this way and I just go off, I'm going to hurt this person's feelings. And I don't want to do that. You know, not saying that I purposely was hurting people's feelings, but I just didn't care. Now I do kind of care. Like, okay, you know what?
Giving people grace.
We're not perfect. And things look differently to other people. So how I may perceive
still learning that.
Yeah. How I perceive something and I'm like, yo, you moving funny. And then like, you might even know that you're affecting me or offending me because you're looking at the situation totally different. Right. You know? So it's like it's important to communicate. That's a big thing. Right. Brittany did not communicate. Brittany was offended and left it like that, took it how she felt and started blacking. That's it. London, if she's offended, she gonna be in her bag. She gonna be offended, but she's learning how to communicate. Good. Listen, this is how I'm looking.
Communication is important. Yes. This really is key. Like, and it's just not any old key.
It's not easy. Key. It's not easy because I would like keep things to myself if I felt a certain way because I'm like, I don't want confrontation. Right. And I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
And a lot of the times people don't understand that you're just coming to them with something that's on your chest or on your head. It's not really something to debate about or to go back and forth about. It's just to be heard for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm learning. There you go.
Okay. So you ready for the next question?
I'm ready.
Are y'all ready for the next question?
Are y'all ready?
Okay. So how has your podcast, Go Get Her, impacted your viewers or listeners? Well, viewers and listeners because
I have audio too. Right. Yes. That's a good question. I was just talking about this with my friend Chantel yesterday. Hey, Shan.
Hey, girl.
Because I was telling her, like, when I first started, I was like, oh my God, like, what if I don't get views? What if nobody watches?
That's always something in the back of your head.
Yes, that's going to be in the back of your head. Like, you're doing this new thing, and you're like, oh my God, what if nobody even cares? What if nobody even listens? But I had to tell myself, I'm doing this to please God. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for the likes. I'm not doing it for the money that may come. I'm doing this strictly to please God. And even if it's one person that watches, hopefully that person's inspired. Hopefully they take something from it. Hopefully they learn and apply it to their lifestyle. And then they can move forward in growth.
And really, all it takes is that one, or just one, because that one is going to tell another one, and then that one is going to tell another one, and another one. Even
Courtney, she hit me up, and she was like, I just listened. I just went on a walk. She's a mom, too, so I think she was just taking, like, a breather and taking a walk. And she was like, I listened to this, and it, like, really inspired me. And she was like, I even sent it to my mom group. And I was like, wow.
That's nice.
Like, that was really dope.
And you know what?
And she didn't have to do that, you know? She could have listened, took whatever from it and applied it and then kept it moving. But she even took the time to send it out to another group that, might
probably
learn
has 13, 14, 16 other people.
So I was just like, all right, God, I see you.
Right.
Like, I'm doing my part, sharing my story, sharing things that I went through. And he's like, this is going to help somebody. Just keep being you. Keep being authentic. You went through that for a reason. It's not to keep to yourself. Yeah. It's not to keep to yourself because there might be somebody going through that right now.
Right.
And they might be that girl that you were 5 years ago right now.
Yeah. And it's so crazy how that happens. Even like the time gaps of people's ages. It's like, damn, you're this old. I went through that when I was this old. And it's different to see how it affects people differently at their ages because it does. You could have went through something at 18, but seeing someone go through it at 29, it's like you don't know how to handle this. Like, and it's like thinking, damn, my 18-year-old self it was a breeze, not even a breeze, but I was able to get through it. And here you are pondering, festering, and going crazy trying. And I don't know if it's because at a bigger age, we're older and there's more stresses in our life and more things on our mind and stuff like that. So it's like hard to just put it somewhere in your head, but it is tough.
It is.
It is tough.
It is tough. There you go.
Okay. And you know what I wanted to say too before I forget and ask the next question? I like that your videos are like 13, 15 minutes long because it's not very long. Because sometimes hearing one voice for a number of time gets a little tiring. And then some people don't know how to change up their tone and they're talking the same tone the whole time. So it's like, but you don't do that.
Oh,
and I love that. And I like that your videos are short and sweet and they're really to the point. It's to the topic. It's not like, hey, what was for lunch? Hey, what did you guys do this weekend? I did this, and here's the topic.
Right. I try my best because I feel like me personally. Oh, you trying to use my Apple Pay? You trying to take my money?
Give me some coins.
So silly. This is us too, guys. I'm so proud of us right now. We're not talking about nothing funny, that's why. But me and her can never get through anything
If
without
this
laughing.
was regular us, no camera, we'd be on this floor.
No,
crying. Real tears.
Real
From
tears.
laughter.
We're so silly, and together it's like that.
It is. It's those two kids you can't let sit next to each other in the classroom.
Yeah, no.
Sit us across the room. One in the front, one in the back.
For real.
Okay, so here is question number 4. How did you find God, or did God find you?
Wow.
I was thinking when I made these questions. I was thinking.
Wow.
And if you could get real specific, maybe like let me not say time, but the moment where you was, if like something happened and it just triggered.
Yeah, definitely. When I got hit by a car, for sure. That was one.
And I was about to say, was that just one, or were there numerous times where he introduced himself to you and you were just like, God, not right now, or God, right now?
Yeah, no. I would say me right now as an adult is like, God, right now. We need a relationship. Like, I'm locked in. I'm not running no more. Like, now, for real. I would say last year.
Okay.
Last year, around May is when I started going back to church.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, God, for real this time. Like, I know I've been like going in and out and coming,
trying to say what's up.
Yeah, saying hi, and then all right, I'm out. Now it's like, no, I'm locked in. Like, please, I need you. But the first time was when I got hit by a car. And I think I shared this on a live on Tuesday Talks before. And yeah, I was like, before the car accident, suicidal, didn't want to be here, used to wake up every day like, oh, you woke me up again, like I don't want to be here, like why did you wake me up, like those type of conversations with him. And then when I got hit by a car, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to die.
He was like, you see how
I don't want to die,
to not wake up. You kept on asking for it, and you got a taste of it. You want to be woken up or what?
Yes.
Do you want to be woke or what? I
started to like, I don't know if I was praying, but I started to like try to pray. I started to try to like have conversations with him, like, all right.
Because sometimes we overthink it too much, and it really just be like, just talk.
Yeah, just talk. Definitely.
Just talk, have a conversation. Even if it feels like you are talking to yourself, because you are.
Yeah.
But
that's all it is. He hears
just talking to yourself.
Yeah. But I tried to like learn how to like talk to him and tell him how I was feeling, be honest with how I'm feeling. Like, all right, I don't really feel like doing anything today, but I'm gonna try. Like, just kind of trying to talk myself out of it and trying to talk to him at the same time. So that's the first time I kind of like started like, okay, like there's somebody up there who cares about me. Like, you know. But definitely now as an adult, I'm like, God is so real. So real. Looking back at everything that I went through, I'm like, God's grace has been all over my life. His favor has been all over my life. It can only be him, because my gosh, so many things that I've encountered.
Same here.
I'm like,
same here.
Wow.
And then when I say some things to other people, they're like, you? I'm like, yeah, me. Like, who would have ever thought? Because I'm to myself, I'm quiet, I'm out the way, I don't bother nobody. But somehow life just seems to bother me. It just seems to bother me.
Yeah, like, so now, especially as a mom too, I definitely want to take responsibility to say, I don't want my children to have a childhood to heal from.
Right.
I want to give them, not saying they won't go through things. They're going to go through things too. That's just life. But I don't want them to be like, when they get older, like, dang, like, I had such a rough childhood, or like, my parents didn't care about me, or like, you know, I never want them to have those type of stories.
And you know what I feel like is really important? I feel like even though we want to give our children everything we never had, the world, the sea, the sand, everything, but what's really most important is just physically being there.
Being present.
And a lot of the times when we're so focused on giving, providing the space and the opportunity for you to have, we kind of forget to be there.
Yeah.
We kind of forget to show up, be present, or just forget to be as present. We might show up, but
Yeah.
we're not present.
Yeah.
And it's different when you show up and you're present, I believe.
Definitely different. I can see the difference even like when Ocean, like, I'll be doing something. He's like, Mommy, can you play with me? And I'm like, all right, give me 1 second. He's
Same
like,
here.
Aw. And I'm like, oh wow, like that made him sad because
and
I said 1 second. So I'm like, all right,
yeah,
let me put this down. This could wait.
It
Let me
can
go
just
play with
be
my baby.
racing
Like,
cars real quick.
yeah, like just something simple. But the fact that he's old enough to like say like, Mommy, I want you to play with me now.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna go play with you now. Like, my son is very mature for his age. He kind of like blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
These kids are different. It's something in the milk. It's something in the milk.
It gotta be.
Definitely something in the milk.
It don't make no sense sometimes.
It don't make no sense.
And how spot on they be about some things that they say. It's like,
remember Mari with the ghost?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yo.
It's crazy how spot on. Yo, speaking of the ghost. This morning, right? So me and my mom were in my room and she's listening to her service, and on the floor, on the carpet, there was a sheet of fabric, the fabric
softener sheet,
that you put in the dryer. And he put it up. I'm sorry, y'all. But if y'all knew the joke behind the whole ghost thing, y'all be on the floor too, right? So he puts it up to his face. He's like, Mommy, I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost, Mommy. And my mom was just like, don't put that on your face. Pick it up your face. And I'm just like, when he said ghost, I just instantly went back to what he said. And I'm like, not you too.
Kids are funny, yo. Kids are crazy.
And they're so honest, though. And that's what's so funny. Like, they're honest. It's crazy. You know what's so funny? It's crazy that when kids are honest, it's funny. But when adults are honest, you're being mean or you're rude.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy how that changes from a kid. Like, no, I was being funny. And if you say I'm being funny, it's, oh, you're being funny? You want to fight? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. But here is the last question, and maybe not, but it's definitely the last question on here. And the question is, for the men tuning in, if you made this, oh wait, sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
For the men, if you made it this far tuning in, can they expect there to be a Go Get Him episode?
Wow, that's crazy that you said that.
Was you thinking about that already?
Yeah.
I be knowing too. I be here. We be here.
Yes. I'm not gonna say too much because it's already like I already have like.
Damn, maybe this wasn't a good question because I wanted her to spill the tea. You know what I'm saying? Because
a little bit of tea, but
well, let me say this: do you have any men that tune in that you know of, or that you see?
Besides my boyfriend. No, he don't like when I see my boyfriend. My man. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but they haven't reached out to me like saying.
And
like,
men won't probably. Yeah. They probably won't be the first to reach out. They probably won't.
Yeah, so, but if so, I wouldn't know right now. I've only had like females reach out to me and tell me how they feel about the episodes and stuff.
Okay, so like for the Go Get Him, would it be called Go Get Him?
Yeah.
Okay, that's no brainer. I just have to make sure. And also, how are you gonna like make those episodes? Like, is it gonna be like Go Get Him one day, Go Get Her one day? Would you do it together or Go Get Them?
Go Get Them. Maybe like a couples retreat.
Because couples be needing it.
But yeah, I don't know. I have a couple of things written down in my journal because I thought about it. Like, Go Get Her, yes, but guys need healing too.
Yeah. And men the most sometimes because y'all don't be talking about nothing about nothing.
And y'all experience a lot and keep it all in. And keep it all in.
And experience a lot from young.
Yeah. And when I pray, because I pray for my family, when I wake up, first thing I wake up, I pray, God, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for covering us. I go one by one for everybody in the household. And I also say, it's important to pray that way. Yeah. Be specific. Be intentional. There's an order. And even though there's no right or wrong way to pray, it is a way. To be specific. It is. And intentional. And I always say, God, cover Demetrius. Whatever he's not talking to me about, I hope he's coming to you with it. Right. Because I know that he's going through things and he's not always telling me because he doesn't want me to be stressed out, you know? So I always say, God, if there's things he's not telling me, but he's telling you, just keep him covered.
Right.
because men don't
Amen.
always want to like express what they're going through to their partner because they
Right.
don't want to stress them out or have them worried, you know. And
I think
we
it's
do
really,
it too.
I really think it's a worry thing.
Yeah.
Because we worry way more
Yes.
than men.
Yes.
And for something that he might not be worried about, you
I
will
may
put
be. Yeah.
stressing
Yeah.
about. So
For sure.
and it's them being, you know, considerate about, you know, everything you got going on, not weighing on your plate, but sometimes weigh on that plate. 'cause
Yeah.
we're here to
Yeah,
catch
we're
you guys.
here.
Yes.
We're here, and that's what it's about. So yeah, I thought about like go get him, but also go get them. But I didn't say that, so that's a good idea. But I definitely thought about that too. But when I first started Go Get Her, well, first of all, it was supposed to be a campaign for a photo shoot for my brand, Dopes to Fist. It was not. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it started out as a campaign, a Go Get Her campaign. That's it.
That's
Like go after
dope.
the woman you aspire to be, and my designs reflected that.
Right.
And then it was a pause with that because I was looking for a manufacturer for my samples. Then I got back into church, and then God revealed to me that that's just not a campaign. This is your ministry.
Right. Like you thought that was it, honey. No.
Right.
This is it. And you
but he works in mysterious ways because there was obviously a pause for me with the designing for me to get back into church, for me to realize that it's bigger than that. And it's bigger than what I think it is. Like God is really like, keep being obedient, keep being you, keep being exactly how I crafted you to be. And you'll see that this is going to be way bigger than you even imagined. So I know it's definitely more to come than what I even think. What I even have in my journal. I know there's definitely like more to come. Yeah.
I see it too. And I can't wait to see it happen because that's one thing. Talking about it and then seeing it, it's like
even now, like this is literally a living prayer. Like I can let me see my phone really quick. I have a note in here. I think it's like from 2017. It says start a podcast and topics. I can't find it right now. But I was going through my notes the other day and I saw it and I said, wow.
Right.
Wow.
It's crazy how we actually come back to the things that we never think we're going to come back to, but come back to.
No, seriously. I saw it. I said, nah, that's crazy. Like podcast topics. Yeah, I can't find it right now, but it was like podcast topics.
Though.
Yeah, it's there.
And
it was like 2017. It was like start a podcast. These are things you're going to talk about. And I talked about some of them already.
Okay. So that's good.
2017 and we're in 2023. Like, I was just like, if that's not God.
Right.
He's like, listen, I know your heart.
He was building the path from then.
Exactly.
Building the path.
And to us, the journey may be looking like a straight line. But God is like, yeah, no.
You got turns here. You're going to come back to that path, but I need you to fix this first.
Valleys.
Get that right.
Valleys,
ditches, that you got to climb up out of,
and it's not fun. It's not fun being in ditches or valleys. Those are hard, tough times. But that's when he's showing us you can get through this, and I'm right here with you.
You be in a ditch and someone's kicking mud down to you, trying to cover you.
But that sometimes too is a good thing, and we don't see it as a good thing. But it's building the root for something greater to grow.
Yeah, making you stronger than you ever thought you was. Because sometimes it's hard to dig deep and fight, but when you have something to dig deep and fight about that you're passionate about, you will, and that's something, and that might look different. It will look different. It's not going to look the same for everybody.
But no, I definitely think I feel like I'm walking in my purpose now.
That's nice.
I definitely feel like I'm walking in my purpose.
To be walking in your purpose right now?
It feels good. It feels really good. Like I feel like I have a reason to wake up every day, and before I did not.
Okay.
I didn't. Besides my kids now, obviously, you know.
So
but I still feel like I have a reason, like, to be here.
So do you feel like the other reasons that you thought you had, did you create those reasons to be here, or like they didn't find you, like you had to make that and stick to it and say, this is what I'm doing so I could be here?
Never thought about it that way.
I be thinking all types of ways, y'all.
I guess so.
I'd be all over the place. Just I'd be everywhere.
I guess so, yeah. And this goes to my last episode too. I used to stay busy So I always had something to do.
Staying busy was your way of compensating.
Yes.
Okay.
Working. I was a manager in retail, designing fashion shows. Like I always had stuff to do. So that was my reason. Okay, I got to get up. I got X, Y, and Z to do, but
it wasn't really something you wanted to get up and do all the time.
I just felt like I had to.
Because that's what you wanted to do, in the essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's like,
gotta get up.
I don't even think about it. It's just,
and that's when that's it. When it's a no-brainer, it's like, I gotta do this. Yeah. Period. It has to get done.
Yeah. Thank you, God, for giving me another opportunity. I'm up. We at it. We lit. Let's go. Like, it's not even, I gotta wake up. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Like,
it's a different kind of pep talk.
Yeah.
That's what,
Definitely.
Because when you gotta pep and prep yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes I do. Some days it's different now. Yeah.
Different. It feels different.
Yeah.
Before it probably felt like, because I know for me it felt like
I gotta drag myself.
I gotta really draw that out of me to be like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna get it done. And I have to at this point, because when I wanted to, I didn't. Yeah. And now I have to, and I don't want to, but it's gonna get done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling now. And I feel like, even though I don't feel like I'm where how can I word this? Because I feel like I am where I am right now. Like I'm in the perfect spot where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be.
But you didn't think you would be in this spot?
Right.
Okay, you thought you would be somewhere else. Or
yes,
in a
definitely
spot.
By like 30, I wanted to be a celebrity fashion designer, designing for Rihanna and Beyonce. Like I definitely saw my life different for 30, and I expressed that before too. But I feel like I am where I am right now for a reason, and I'm content with that. But even though I know there's more to come, I feel like Brittany, 5-year-old Brittany, is proud.
Good.
I feel like she's like, okay.
Right. She's rooting for you in the back. Keep going.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
And we need that inner child to be rooting for us, because sometimes who is really rooting for us? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
I definitely feel like now she's like, okay, it makes sense. Yeah. Like we winning. We winning.
And that's a good feeling to feel.
Yeah. Before it was like heal, then take 10 steps back. Because I was trying to do it on my own. There was no God involved.
Remember I was talking to you about that the other day about
yes, in and out of like so much, trying to find love in all the wrong places. God is the ultimate level of love that we need. Like, so trying to find love in men, holding up men on pedestals, thinking like, oh, this man loves me, this man's giving me attention, I'm good. Girl, bye. Like, no, because he is toxic with a capital T.
Heavy
like
on the girl.
Yeah, no, that is not saying like you can't be in love and be good, but it can't just be like me and my man right now. We're great, we're good, we're super happy, we have our family, but I still can't just depend on him to make me whole.
Right.
I need God. We need God in our lives. Like we can't just depend on other people to fulfill that happiness, fulfill those voids. Because how can I put all that pressure on him to heal her?
Right. And as you're saying that, I was thinking that, because it's like it feels different. Like when it's just, I gotta depend on you, you gotta depend on me, I gotta depend on you, gotta depend on me. But when you have that other factor to lean on, it's like, all right, it's easier to breathe.
Yes.
To lean on you, and you can lean on me, and we could talk, and it's really something else to lean on. Like, God is the crutch holding y'all up to lean on each other, to be able to lean on each other.
Yes, and He's the foundation for everything. Everything has to be, and I noticed that too. Like now that I am more aware of certain things, like things that me and my man have been through, I'm like, that was me. I was blaming you, but that was me. I was assuming, I was projecting my feelings onto you. Things that I went through in the past, things that I've experienced. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I definitely played a role in that. And now I can take accountability and say that was me, and it wasn't all him. Right. But I couldn't have done that without getting closer to God and Him speaking to me and saying like, yeah, you do need to fix your attitude. You don't need to be so sarcastic all the time.
You remember how that happened? How that happened for you? What happened? Yeah, no.
And the work is, yes, the inner work, but it is also not, how can I word it? The work is, yes, the inner work. So say if me and you have a conflict, right? I can't just look at how Danielle offended me. I have to look at, why was I so offended? Why did that trigger me so much? So I have to get to the root. Oh, that triggered me because this is something that my mom used to say to me and it bothered me.
And you know what? When
an example, not saying my mom did anything, but just an example. Because my mom be watching, she gonna be like, "What I do to you?"
Exactly. I feel like,
but no, just an example. Like, why did it offend me so much? Why did that trigger me so much? Because it might have not been that crazy.
No,
but
and a lot of times it's not.
And a lot of times it's not. But why did that get me so upset? Why did it take me to that level where I'm so hurt?
Right.
And then after you do that, Danielle, I want to talk to you about what you said to me yesterday. And it bothered me, and this is why. We can't just, you did, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
What is that going to solve? Fire with fire. And then she's going to be looking at me like, what?
A lot of times we don't stop to think, like, why did that really upset me? Why am I still this upset after 2 days, 3 days, a few hours? Like, why is it still drawing bad energy out of me? Because...
And Brittany would do that. 3 days, 4 days, still bothered by it, but would not say nothing to the person. I would just deal with it within myself and then move on.
And sometimes...
And that's not healthy.
It's not. It's really not. Sometimes... And you know what? You might... Hold on. You might find a way to say that it is healthy and create an excuse as to why it's healthy, but it's not.
It's not.
And it is hard to talk in the moment about your feelings right away.
And I learned that too. Because I'm sometimes, like, as far as me and Ty, he doesn't like to talk in the moment. Sometimes I do. I'm like, let's just, like, while we're in the moment, and let's, like, kind of move past this. Let's talk about it and get our frustrations out, put it all on the table, and then we can move past this. But sometimes he needs space.
Right, because you know why?
And he's like, I don't want to talk right now.
Because you know why? I feel like that be the reason why, as I went through that with my son's father. Because I was the one that wanted to push. Let's talk. I want to talk now. I want to talk about it later. Let's get it out the way. I want your true, honest feelings.
Yeah.
And that was the thing I did not want. I thought I wanted it. I thought I wanted him to be raw with me and true and honest. But not at the expense of how, like, I guess it played out, because what I thought was going to be true, raw, and honest was mean and disrespectful and not thought of or thought out.
And then it turned around. The tables turned for me.
Yeah, and then
because I sometimes would have to say, you know what? I can't talk right now because it's gonna come out crazy. And he would be like, well, are you gonna be rude to me? Are you gonna disrespect me? I'm like, no, but it might not come out as clear as I want it to, and you're not gonna understand because I'm yelling or I'm frustrated. We're not gonna understand each other.
It just be more than what we was asking for, really. And a lot of times we don't know that yet until it happens, and then when we're like, okay, never mind. Forget it. And it's like, no, you wanted this. Let's go. I'm telling you how I feel now. Now sit down and eat. Eat it up.
But now we both just like, you know what? Let's take space. You take that space. Might be a day. And then tomorrow we'll retouch this. We'll retouch this where we're not so upset. We're not so heated in the moment. We had time to think. Why am I so upset about this? Or why did I say that? You know, like, there's more time to think and be clear. And then when you communicate, it's easier to understand each other because you're not rah. You're fighting fire with fire. There's nothing going to come from that but more fire.
And then when you have some lighter fluid in your pocket, like...
Exactly.
More fire.
Yeah. But I'm definitely proud of the woman that I'm becoming.
I'm proud too, because this is a different Brit. Because I've seen little Brit, I've seen teenage Brit, I've seen adolescent Brit,
she's seen every
Brit,
single
I've seen mother Brit.
Yeah, literally, she's been on a journey with me since I came out of my mom's womb. Like,
pretty much,
she probably was there.
I think I cut the umbilical cord.
The doctor, remember? But no, this is why she was the perfect person to interview me, because she has literally seen me every step of the way. And when my parents left, her and her mom took me in.
And when y'all don't see me, I'm here.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't be seeing me because I don't really like to be seen like that. I don't.
But yeah, you've seen me like on every step of this journey.
Every hair journey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Everything. The late nights I was talking about when I'm up sewing, she was with me sewing like, girl, I'm going to bed. And I'll be like, oh, I'm still sewing. I got to do my homework. But no, you were the perfect person for this for sure. So I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to have done this. And this is my first time doing anything like this. Yeah. Speaking on camera. I'm a shy person.
Yeah.
For real. And I guess because there's no real audience looking back at us, but I know there will be later. So when I'm watching this back, I'm like, damn, why do I do that? Someone's going to say the same thing. Like, why did she do that? But it is what it is.
You did great.
Thank you.
I think you did great.
You did pretty good too. Yeah. Better than I expected because I thought I was gonna be stuttering all over the place. Like we were stuttering everywhere.
Yeah, no, forgetting stuff. That's because we were just flowing. Like I told y'all, with Go Get Her, this podcast is gonna be real, raw, authentic, true. Like I said, I didn't know any of the questions that she was gonna ask. We didn't prep about this. We literally sat down,
and I was late, so there was no time to prep. We just have to get the camera rolling.
Yeah, like
we did a sound check.
We did a sound check, yes, but there was no prep. Like authentic, just me answering off the fly, and that's just what this is gonna be. Like authentic, just sharing my truth and hoping that it inspires you guys.
And before she wraps this up, I don't know if she's gonna wrap it up right away, but the well, you know what, we kind of did prep. Not prep, but there was a question tester, a tester question.
Oh.
And I want to make the tester question a part of this.
Okay.
So, the tester question was, how did you get into church, if you got into church? Mm-hmm. How often did you go to church? And whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so I was telling her as a kid, maybe up until like 7, I remember going to church. I know I was super young. I know what was going on. I kind of knew a little bit of going on, but like when the pastor was preaching, I didn't know what he was talking about. I was too little to like understand. I was playing and getting my grandma's candies and eating them. Like I really wasn't like
crushing the
aware of what was going on. I remember like communion and stuff like that. I did praise dancing, like those type of things I remember. But like the teachings, I wasn't paying attention.
The word,
yeah, I wasn't paying attention. And then every summer I used to go to Virginia, so I did go to church with my grandma. I used to go to church with my grandpa too sometimes. He went to a Catholic church. That was very different. Very different.
Maybe we could talk about that one episode.
That was very different.
I can only imagine.
The singing, and then the grandma church, they're like, it was very different. But yeah, same with my grandma, playing with the other kids. Like, it was never, I don't know, like, I didn't get serious with church until like
Sunday school and stuff like that.
No, she didn't. She had me right there next to her. She did not let me go like downstairs. There was something, but she didn't let me. She kept me with her. And then let's see, how was I? Maybe like 19, 20, I started going to church. And then obviously I'm older now. I'm an adult, so I'm listening to the teachings and stuff like that. And then I started working. That's when I became a manager in retail, and I started working. And they're not hearing that you can't work on Sundays,
right?
So
church,
you got work. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go like every Sunday.
You had these doors to open.
Yeah.
Crazy how they don't care about church.
Yeah, they don't care. And then now as an adult, like I said, last May I started going back to church. So. Yeah, I never really I didn't grow up in church. I'm definitely not one of those people that
that was the
up.
question.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in church. Like, I don't really have church trauma from young age. Like, I don't have that because I wasn't really in church. I don't know why my mom stopped going. I could ask her. I'm gonna ask her that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know, but I didn't grow up in church as a child. Okay. But
yeah. That was it. That was the question that I wanted you guys to know as well, because I thought that was good too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe a listener might feel like, oh well, she didn't grow up in the church. Why do I want to listen to her? She don't know nothing. But
yeah, but we are the church,
right? And you don't have to grow up in church to know what church is, or understand how church works, or how prayer works, or how God
is
works.
Not just within the 4 walls,
right? Like, you got God church anywhere. We have a church right now. It's
right
Sunday.
Now.
We have
right
a church
now.
right now.
Like,
service.
yeah, like it doesn't have to be just behind the pulpit. And I'm learning that too. Like God is everywhere.
Right. And I think that's another reason why people like refrain from church or don't go to church, because they feel like they have to be in a church to go to church or to have church, and you really don't. You create that space and that time to
it
have
starts
church.
in your heart. And it starts with you saying, I'm going to build a relationship with you, God. It's not, I just want a relationship with God. I want to be able to build my spiritual ear, my spiritual eye, so I can hear him. I can see him. I know when he's telling me to do something. And I just on my end have to learn how to continue to be obedient. Right. Like, it's not just me, okay, yeah, you need to be in church every Sunday. And you need to do this and you need to do that. That's not what it's all about, because it'd be people in church heavily, faithfully going, and God is nowhere in their life. And you know what I heard? I have to say this on a No For Sure podcast. Megan was like, who wants to be used and not known? So God will purposely use you on this earth for his purpose, and you get up to this pearly gates and he's like, oh, I don't know you, I just used you. You did not have a relationship with me. I was nowhere in your life. But because you had an influence, because you were speaking like you knew me, and people were coming to me because of you, I use you. But I don't know you.
Right. And you didn't take the time to know me either. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And when you were saying it, I'm like, it's not connect. And then I'm like, oh, that's what she's saying.
Used but not known. So there could be people faithfully in church, and you gonna get up there and he's like,
or even like,
I don't know you.
In your everyday life, someone could be using you and you feel like you're just like, all right, say you do something for me and I'm like, damn, I like how she did that. So I keep on doing it. And the whole time, like, I'm telling other people and stuff like what you're doing, but just what you're doing, not who you are. So when you come around and they're like, yeah, this is so dope, da 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 da, and you're waiting for the recognition, but I never told no one it was you.
It was me. You just said what I was doing.
Exactly. Crazy.
Yeah. So that, when I heard that, I said, wow. Used but not known? No, God, I want you to know me.
That's deep.
I want you to know me.
That's
and
deep.
I always say this, he does not want us to be perfect. We could never be perfect. He doesn't want us to be. He just wants us to have a relationship with him. When we're going through things, he doesn't want me to go to Danielle. He wants me to go to him. It's okay to go to her, but he needs to be first.
Right.
Seek ye first. I need to go to God first before I go to anybody else, because her opinion could influence me to make the wrong decision. And he's looking at me like, well, you need to come to me.
Right. Like,
that could have been different because you went to Danielle.
Right.
That situation played out way differently.
I'm not saying I'm a bad influence.
Right. But just saying as an example,
right.
You didn't come to me. So, yeah. That was a good one. Used but not known.
It was. And that's a great way to end this.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that with me and apply it, because that's really deep. It's really deep. And it can get real deep.
Yes.
Deeper.
If his will, his purpose is gonna be done. So if he could use you because you are inspiring people to get to know him, he will.
Right.
But you gotta do the work.
Especially when you're good at what you do.
Yeah. Do the work to get to know him. Build the relationship, because that's the most important part. He doesn't care if that chair is filled in the church. He wants to know that your heart is filled with him. So if you don't take anything away from this episode, if you got this far, please.
It's been a long one, and it wasn't supposed to be this long, but when you're flowing and you're talking, shit happens.
Yeah.
But like she said, if you didn't take anything else or didn't hear or listen to anything else, take that in.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that is all. Oh, do you want to give them your information, like your Instagram? Because like we said, she's a makeup artist, so want to support.
I do makeup.
Well, she makeup and hair.
I do hair more. Yeah. I did my own makeup.
She's an artist. We're going to see that. You're an artist.
That I am. And I won't deny that. And with that being said,
because she paints too.
I didn't paint that. I do paint.
Ellie Noelle's painted that for me.
So, but my Instagram is Danny on the Beat, and that's beat with 3 E's. So Danny on the Beat.
I'll also put it in the description information too.
Yes, thank you. That would be greatly appreciated. You could book me. My booking site will be up in September. I'm working on some new things. I got some new things coming, and just stay tuned. Be here for it. You don't want to miss that, and you don't want to miss her. So keep coming back.
Yes, keep coming back, because I promise you, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help
Mhm.
you. If one thing for sure people have been telling me, God is speaking to them and where they are exactly in their life through the Go Get Hair podcast. And I can't take no credit with that. That's all him. That's all him. Every time I get on, I pray. I'm like, God, speak through me.
Mhm.
Whatever needs to be said,
I'm
let
gonna
it come
say it.
out. Yeah, like
I'ma say
let it come
it.
out. And I just hope someone's inspired. But we love you guys. We're gonna end it. Wow, 50 minutes. Oh my god, my longest episode. So I
You might
hope
have to edit
if you
something.
guys are at this point, we appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And yeah, we're out. Bye.
Later.